Hi, I'm Scoot. It is Memorial Day 2020. And I know a lot of people celebrate Memorial Day. A lot of people went to the beach. You may have been those among those who went to the beach. Um, I want to say happy Memorial Day, but it really is a kind of a solemn day because this is a day that we remember the men and women who lost their lives in service to our country. And I hope you took some time this weekend to think about that because we have this holiday. It is the emotional beginning of summer. But we have this holiday because of the men and women who lost their lives fighting for our freedom, fighting for my right to go on YouTube and do this, fighting for your right to listen, fighting for your right to express opinions. And every day of my life, because of my career, every day of my life, I feel so indebted to the men and women who lost their lives in service to our country because they fought for my freedom and your freedom and the freedom that I have on my radio show on WWL, AM, FM, and radio.com to openly express opinions. And I know that a lot of people are not happy with my opinions, and that's okay. This is America. And far more frightening than the opinions that you disagree with would be the idea that you can't express your opinions. So it is Memorial Day. I hope you have taken a little time to think about that. I was out a lot over the weekend, and I'd like to know what you saw. On Bourbon Street, when I took my walk yesterday on Bourbon Street and then Saturday as well, I saw a lot of people out not wearing masks. Now, I know you don't have to wear a mask in public. You don't. You just have to wear a mask when you're around people. But there are a lot of people out in public around other people, not social distancing. And so you kind of got a feeling that some people are declaring this over. It's done. It's over. How do you feel? I don't know if it's over or not. You know, I still see people wearing masks like this. I mean, really cover the nose. I don't know if it's over or not. And you know, when I think about the men and women that sacrificed their lives for our country, and I think about the sacrifices that we've been asked to make, like wearing a mask and social distancing and struggling, when I think about those sacrifices, that's not really much to ask us, is it? It's not really much to ask us as Americans to do. And some people have been bitching and complaining about it. And you know what? What if it turns out that wearing a mask did nothing? Social distancing did nothing. We don't know. If that turns out to be the case, so what? I'm still going to be proud of the fact that I was willing to wear a mask. I was willing to make that sacrifice. And when you think about the men and women who died, men and women we think about on this day, Memorial Day, you think about the men and women who died, and you think about how they were dodging bullets. We're dodging germs. You know, it's a lot more dangerous dodging bullets than germs. And so I don't think it was a big sacrifice to make, and I'll continue to do it. Here's a comment from Wendy. Yes, I was out there, and yes, I did not see, and yes, most did not have a mask on. So is this kind of over? Have people decided it's over and we're not going to worry about it anymore, or are you still wearing a mask? And you know, you could also comment while we're here live on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would love for you to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. This is just beginning, and you know, one day we're going to have better graphics than this. But that's what we have in the meantime. Scoot on the Air, YouTube. If you subscribe, then you get a notice every time we do something. And we're posting now on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. And coming up on Wednesday, it will be another episode of Truth Behind the Microphone. And it's going to be media madness. And I love to talk about the truth about the media. not just radio, but the truth about social media and the truth about the cable news channels, the truth about the media. And there's so many misconceptions that I love at least giving you some things to think about as you consume the media, so you're not a victim of the media. So that'll be Wednesday night, and then Saturday night we'll do another Scoot story, the truth behind the microphone. And this past Saturday, which is still up on my channel, was the Scoot story about cocaine. And just throughout my career, I had so many people ask me to write a book and to tell stories. So I'm kind of starting to do that with the YouTube channel. And so the Scoot story that I told was about cocaine, and my favorite cocaine story. By the way, I do not promote the use of cocaine. I did it. I'm not proud of it. It is still around today. I have turned it down. I have no problem turning it down. I am not promoting it at all. It's terrible. It's awful. And then you try to go to sleep and there's the grinding of look, it is an awful drug. So don't even be tempted to do it. Anyway, but I tell you some true stories about it. And I tell you some stories about being backstage with bands. Anyway, that is on the Scoot Stories, Truth Behind the Microphone on YouTube. It was the last video that we posted. This coming week, I want to tell some things about why people think I'm gay. And this has followed me throughout my career. And I think there are some legitimate reasons why people think I'm gay. I don't think they're legitimate reasons, but some people have a legitimate reason to think that I'm gay. And I'm going to talk about some of those things. And also it really comes down to the judgment about why people might think you're gay and how quick we are to judge. You know, if some woman looks a little masculine, she's a les. If some guy has a feminine side or does something that looks a little feminine, he's gay. Why do we jump to these conclusions? Anyway, that will be Scoot Stories Saturday night on my YouTube channel. Let's talk just a little bit about how things have changed. You know, this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, is a big weekend for blockbuster movies. Well, they weren't out. Most movie theaters around the country are closed. So have you watched any first-run movies that have come out? You know, they're being offered on different outlets, so you can watch it at home. I don't know about you, but there's a big difference between watching a movie at home and watching a movie in a theater. And I've thought about this psychologically. Okay, it's really convenient because you can pause, you can go to the bathroom, you've got your refrigerator, you got everything around you. You could do, you could do whatever you want, and you can just do it on your terms. And you can watch the movie when you want to watch the movie. But here's what's missing. You see, when it comes to watching something on television, that comes from the outside and it is coming to you. Now, a lot of this is psychological. I mean, subconsciously psychological. So think about watching a movie on television. It's coming at you. There's something really special about going to a movie. Not only is it a social event, and I think we all realize how much we're missing social events through all of this, just the idea of going to a movie. Not only are you sharing this moment with other people, but the movie is coming from behind you, from a projection space behind you, and is being projected onto the big screen. So if you think about it, you're in the middle. You're psychologically, you're in the middle. It's more, not only is the sound great and the picture is bigger, but also psychologically, since it's coming from behind and not just coming at you, you feel more involved, I guess, in the movie. So I will still enjoy going to movies. Yeah, once in a while I like to sneak some snacks in, and probably shouldn't even say that, but sometimes I do. Here's a comment from Debbie. Yes, I wear a mask. And I would love to know if it's over, but that's not clear to me yet. So I will keep doing this. I'll keep doing what I need to do. And I'm fine with whatever others think they should do. I agree with that, Debbie. You know, if you don't want to wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Just respect the fact that I'm wearing a mask. Respect my space. And respect social distancing. And you know, this is what's going to be really interesting. So many people were out across America this Memorial Day weekend. Are we going to see a spike in the numbers? What if there's no spike? If there's no spike, people are going to say, then all of this was BS. That wearing a mask and social distancing was a waste of time. And again, as I said, if it turns out to be a waste of time, you know, so be it. I'm still proud of the fact that I was willing to wear a mask and practice social distancing and do what I thought, based on the information that I had, do what I thought needed to be done to slow the spread. And you've got places like Montgomery, Alabama, where cases have exploded. And one theory is that people have not been social distancing, and that more things started to open up in Alabama. And because of that, the numbers went up. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens 10 days from now. Are the numbers going to go up? If they go up significantly, that means that the government's going to start shutting more things down. And we don't want to go backwards. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens 10 days to 2 weeks from now. I hope the numbers stay down. Even if I'm proven to be wrong, that, you know, that wearing this consistently was a waste of time. Even if that's proven to be wrong, I hope the numbers are down. And I just hope we continue to move toward being back to normal, even if it is a new normal. Let's see, what else do I have to tell you? I guess that is. I guess that's about it. So join me on my Instagram account, which is Scoot on the Air. I'm also on Facebook, Scoot on the Air. Instagram tonight live at 9 o'clock. And I will have a lot to talk about on my radio show tomorrow. It's WWL AM FM and radio.com from New Orleans. And I'm in my apartment in downtown New Orleans. And if you don't have the radio.com app, download it. Just go to the App Store, download radio.com, and type in WWL, and you will have us wherever you have your phone. WWL, and my show is in the afternoon from 1 to 4, New Orleans time, Central Daylight Time. And the radio.com features is great too, because if you pick up late in a conversation, you can actually, it has a rewind function. You can actually rewind for 24 hours. You could rewind the show to pick up what you might have missed. So, you know, streaming is a great way to listen to the show. But we also are over the airwaves. It's 870 AM in New Orleans and 105.3 FM in New Orleans, and this also covers the entire Gulf South. So, look, I just want to spend a few minutes with you guys. We're going to continue to build this YouTube channel as an extension of my radio show on WWL, and it just gives us a chance to do a little more. We don't have time constraints like we do on radio, and so I do hope you will subscribe. I hope you will become a regular. And again, we're just building. We're just building this. It's just starting. I have been complimented the few times that people have compared me to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan just left YouTube to go to Spotify for $100 million. And Joe Rogan had a phenomenal podcast on YouTube. And I like the fact that what I do share with Joe Rogan is not feeling the desire to tell you who I vote for, to tell you exactly what I am politically. I mean, you can kind of figure it out if you want to, but I'm a radical moderate. It depends on the issue. We've talked about this a lot. It depends on the issue. Some things I'm very conservative. Some things I'm very liberal. And the truth is, that's the way a lot of Americans are. And we're the ones, the radical moderates, we're the ones that control the outcome of elections. Not the right, not the left, but no, the radical moderates. Those Republicans and those Democrats who are smart enough and confident enough to not become part of the tribal politics, who are smart enough and confident enough to vote for the best candidate, regardless of party affiliation. Those are the people that decide elections, not the right and not the left. And don't let them convince you otherwise. So that's basically the theme of my YouTube channel, being a radical moderate, being registered as an independent, and voting for the best candidate, not the best political tribe. All right, join me Wednesday night. I'll be back with another episode of The Truth Behind the Microphone here on YouTube, and also join me on Facebook and Instagram, Scoot on the Air, and on WWL, AM/FM and radio.com, Monday through Friday in the afternoon from 1 to 4 New Orleans time. So have a nice end to this long holiday weekend for many of you, and I hope it was a good one. And let's continue to stay safe and do what we have to do to stop the spread. And we will get back to a normal. It may be a new normal, but it will be back to more normal than we have right now. So hang in there. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scoot.